Verse 9. When the master of the feast tasted the water, now become wine, and did not know from where it came from, those servants who had drawn the water knew, the master of the feast called the bridegroom. So yes, it's kind of actually interesting, you know. So here the master. So Mary understandably was not the master of the feast because she's a female anyhow, so she would not have been. So coordinator, helper, whatever she was doing, important job at least. But he did not know where it came from. And understandably, the owner, the bridegroom himself, didn't know where this came from. Only the servants knew where this come from. So here again, it just points out this fact: the servants knew. So now, if you could ask the servants, where did you draw the water from the jars or from the well? Then they would have been able to tell us. We don't know. Okay, that's a fact. We just always assume it's from the jars, but it easily, very much easily, could have been actually from the well. And I kind of go for the well rather than, because otherwise it would have been, I think, maybe stated a bit more. But it's not stated because, it's the whole point is not knowing. Okay, they didn't know. Okay, so this is again what John is trying to get at here, the not knowing. We don't know. We didn't know where he got this water from, but the servants knew, right? So this whole concept of this going through, this golden thread going through this book, we didn't know. We didn't. The master of ceremonies didn't know, but somebody knew. Okay, those drawing the water, the servants knew. Mary had faith, although she didn't see the sign yet. So there are some in there who believes without seeing, like Mary, the mother of Jesus, as she's called here. And then there's some who know, like the servants here, because Jesus told them what to do. So they knew, but only a few. Okay, and so the master then called the bridegroom, and verse 10, and said to him, everyone serves the good wine first, and when people are drunk freely, then the poor wine. But you have kept the good wine until now. Okay, so you know, if you start with the kind of the bad wine, and then serve the good wine. So by the time you start with the good wine, then the people are so drunk by now that they don't even taste the good wine. Okay, this is not a 5-star meal where you drink a sip of this and then eat a little bit of that and then a sip of that and basically just cleanse your palate, like they say. Okay, this is a question of, it's a wedding where people will let that wine will flow, so they will get drunk. Okay, they will get drunk, and so if they're going to be drunk, then this is kind of the opposite. You don't do it this way. You give the good wine first, so the people can, wow, man, but this bridegroom, he's got money, he's got power. If he can give this kind of wine, wow. And so they say, oh, look at all that wine still. And they would think it's still all the good. But by the time they then get to the bad wine, they're like, or the worst wine, they're like already drunk. They can't even tell the difference anymore. So that would have been the normal thing. So it's like, so what the heck why did you do it the other way around? Kept the good wine. So the other thing as well, understanding from this, what we learn is the fact that this is not just wine. It's not just any kind of wine. It's not like Jesus turned this water into grape juice, right? This is not Jesus turning this water into just a kind of a weak kind of a... This is... I mean, these guys could tell the difference between wine. They were not fools, right? Parts of that world were famous for their wines, even in those days. So... they could. It's like if you ask a Frenchman, is this a good wine or not? He would be able to tell you. I mean, if he's understanding, not all Frenchmen would be, okay? But he would be able to tell. He knows his wines. He'll be able to tell you that this is a good wine or a bad wine. And this guy clearly knew his wines. So, okay, and he could tell the difference. This is a good wine. Okay, so Jesus didn't just turn it into some wishy-washy kind of something. He turned it into good wine.